Welcome back to Across Louisiana. You know, here at Cox, this is a company that values education, and another company here in the greater Baton Rouge area and statewide, even regionally, that has that same commitment is Community Coffee Company. Here to tell us all about that commitment to education and cash for schools is Jodi Conachen. Welcome back to the show, Jodi.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Obviously an iconic brand here in our area and something that I can't survive even a single morning without.
And we appreciate that. That's always good.
For the folks who might not be familiar with all the ways that community gives back to education here, tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, one of our platforms is education. Obviously, it's very important to us as a community, as a brand, to make sure that our future generations are taken care of. And one of the things we've been doing for 25 years now to see that that mission is achieved is utilizing our UPC codes on the back of our coffee. So you get a delicious cup of community coffee, and then you clip that code, turn it in, and earn cash for your school.
So if everybody jumps on the bandwagon and does that, I mean, you can really get some exciting thing done for your school, right?
Absolutely. Since the beginning of the program, over $5 million has been earned by schools across the area. And just this past year, over $300,000 went out to schools. So it's doing well, and these schools really love to participate, but we could always do more, and we always want more schools to get involved. So that's why every year at the beginning of the year, we go around to schools and we start soliciting them. If they start doing this, it's an easy way to earn cash for their schools.
Absolutely. And I mean, we live in an era where schools are cash strapped many times, and every little bit helps, definitely. For something like this, though, it's really good because you're empowering those educators, right, to decide where they can use those funds to really better the experience of that school, correct?
Absolutely. The schools get to direct these funds, so we've seen everything from technology, computers, books, playgrounds, we've seen butterfly gardens, so lots of fun things that the schools come up with to really make sure that those dollars are maximized in the local school system, and it's directed by them, so they make sure that it goes where it needs to be.
Absolutely. I mean, that way it's the most flexible way to meet the needs, and there are many of them here in our
area.
Right,
so if it's a technology need, if it's a school supply needs, then they get to make those decisions at a school level and put those dollars where they can be most effective.
Talk to me a little bit about the impact that it's had for you, a community, what it means to you guys to have such a great program in place and the results that you've seen.
You know, it's been a wonderful program to be a part of. We do a celebration every year. Schools come in from all over the place. I mean, now we're in 20 states, so we're continuing to grow. You know, we're a large company that's getting larger, but we still want to have that small town community feel. I mean, that's what we were founded on, that concept of really giving back to our community. It's right there in our name. So it's really important to us that we have a program like this where those dollars are just so easily converted into cash for the schools. And so we've had about 900 schools participate this past year, and we want to see that number grow. Those 900 schools actually collected over 3 million UPC codes. And if you don't know what a UPC code looks like, it's right here on the back of the package. You just clip that off, enjoy your coffee, and then you can turn that in for money for your school.
So you can do something that all of you should be doing already anyway, and stocking up on your community coffee.
Absolutely.
And help out the students right there in your area and statewide, right?
Absolutely. And what we also see is when schools partner with area businesses that are already using community coffee, then they really start to double those dollars, because obviously the businesses are serving lots of community coffee to their guests and to their customers, and it's a good way to partner and make sure your money really starts to work for you.
That's interesting. Give me a couple examples of some of those partnerships that you've seen.
We've seen lots of, like St. Aloysius in Baton Rouge has been good about going to their area businesses around the school, from convenience stores to grocery stores, and partnering with them so they clip those labels. Another school that gets thousands of dollars for their school every year is Zachary. Their whole school system comes together, and they really rally the entire community. So not only do you have your grandparents and all the PTO and all the parents involved, but they're also going to all those local business owners and making sure they clip those packages and those boxes for the school.
Well, you're always a presence here in our community, and we know you're a presence in the schools. Mm-hmm. We saw you at our very own Cox 4 Game of the Week in the CC's truck out there in there mixing it up with the community.
We always appreciate that. It's a great way to get involved and get a delicious cup of coffee.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for coming on and talk to us about that today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
When we come back on Across Louisiana, we'll sit down with the author of Southern Greats. Don't miss it.